Hello, on this episode of The Average Tabletop Gamers, I'm going to be looking at some resin bases from Micro Art Studio. Hello, it's Sven here again for The Average Tabletop Gamers. A little while ago, probably the last video on the channel, you may have seen I looked at some resin scenic basing kits from Micro Art Studio. And I mentioned obviously that Micro Art Studio also do standard kind of round bases, and what I mean by that is, you know, things like that. So just replacement bases to your traditional plastic slotter base that you'll get for your 40k minis or whatever it happened to be. So they actually do a range of those, and I've got an upcoming project which I'll be talking about on the channel a bit later on, where I decided I was going to theme the basing, and I wanted all uniform basing and matching bases. So I have picked up a set of these bases, so I figured I'll show them off to you and you can see what you think of them as well. So I'm building out a Death Guard army, which I'll be talking about in some upcoming blog series, and I decided that I would like to go for themed bases, and I found these ones, which I believe are Badlands bases from Micro Art Studio, and you can see they're all kind of dry, cracked earth, and they've got dead branches, skulls, animal rib cages, and dead animals and things like, you know, like just the kind of things that you would see in kind of barren, scorched wasteland. And I thought this theme would go really, really nice with my Death Guard, and so I looked into it and I decided that I was going to get all the ones I needed from the very start, and I'll use these as my basing for my Death Guard army. So the thing about that's nice about the range that Micro Art Studio do is, there's a whole load of different themes and types of base that they do. As I say, these are Badlands. They do an awful load of other ones. What I found was, for a lot of the range, if you're doing a 40k army, for example, they don't have all of the sizes for all of the ranges, so bear that in mind. However, for the Badlands range, they did have everything I needed, so that's going right up to one of the big 100mm bases, which will house Mortarion. Then going down to 60mm bases, so the kind of size that you need for, say, the Mephitic Blight Haulers and the drones, the bloat drones. Then we've got 50mm bases for some of the character models, 40mm bases for the likes of Terminators and things like that, 32mm bases for Death Guard themselves, for the actual Marines, and then finally 25mm bases for cultists and poxwalkers. They also do, I think, the oval bases and a few of the other different style of 40k bases that you'll need. However, for my project, these are the ones that I needed. So the thing about these bases is they do come in different pack sizes. So for, I think, the 100mm, the 60mm, and the 100mm and 60mm, you get one per pack, and it's about, I'm going to do the prices in euros because that's what I've got written down, but I'll flash up on the screen what this is, current exchange rate for pounds. So that's about €9.80 for the 100mm base. The 60mm bases are about €4.99. Then for your 50mm bases, they're in packs of 2. It's about €8.50, I think €8.61, something like that for those. 40mm bases is still in packs of 2 for €4.99. Then when we get down to the 32mm bases, they're in packs of 4, and that is €6 for a pack of 4-ish. And 25mm bases you get 5 of, and you get 5 in a pack for €4.95. €4.99, sorry. What this means in reality is, if you're building a 40k army, you might want to have a look at the pack sizes and how many you need so you can order the right amount. So I built a little spreadsheet and did some calculations based on how many I needed, how many packs that would be, how many that would be spare, and I even built in some extras for future for my wish list for the Death Guard army. So I thought I might as well pick them now while I'm getting them all in one go. And I've got enough pretty much now to do anything that I've got in my project box and any of the extra minis that I decide to pick up going forward. So in terms of the bases themselves, they're a nice thickness and they've got some great detail, and there is a range of different detail options. So you'll see with the 60mm bases there's a couple of different themes on them, or a couple of different options of detail. They're really good quality resin. They've got a good bit of weight to them as well, so you know that will help you when you're putting minis on there. You know, you're not going to have a really light base, so they're going to give you a stable platform to put your minis on. Because it's resin, if you want to drill and pin, it's going to be very easy to drill and pin your minis. Otherwise, you know, gluing them on is going to be easy to do. And I did a quick test paint. So there's one I did as a bit of a scheme. So what I'm probably going to do is I've got some Army Painter grass tufts that I might add on, but I'll probably add those on after I've got the miniatures on, because then you know I can kind of place them a bit better. But as a proof of concept piece, I'm quite happy with that. That's going to be my colour scheme, and that took me a couple of minutes to do that base, because it was just essentially a base coat and a few dry brushes and then a wash. So yeah, I mean, in terms of upgrading to resin bases, I know it is kind of a slightly pricier option because you're adding on the actual price. It's a bit of a luxury option, but I think adding these on saves a lot of time of actually theming the bases yourself and trying to put stuff on the bases yourself. B, it's consistent across your entire army, and lastly you get the advantage of really nice detail all sculpted into the base for you. So I think if you're going to theme your army, basing like this is a perfect way to go. So as I said, I give you the shout out the cost before, and I say I'll put all the links below to Micro Art Studio to this base range, and you can check out the other ranges that they do on their site below in the description. Just remember though, Micro Art Studio are based in continental Europe, so if you're ordering from them, factor in any customs or any postage charges. However, look around, because there are a few UK distributors who carry Micro Art Studio, and you'll be able to find some of the bases on their sites. So if you don't want to get caught in postage and customs nightmares, which could happen, have a look around and see if you can find Micro Art Studio on some of the UK distributors. I say I know the Outpost carries their range, so check out for them. But I'm very happy with this first test piece that I've done. I'm happy with the range I've got. Just to show you the kind of thing is a bit of a sneak peek. There's just a couple of the bags that I've got to work with. I'll be talking about that more in an upcoming series that I'm planning, where I'm going to be looking at how I build my Death Guard army. But as I say, even just for the inspiration, these bases are providing a lot of thought for how I want to actually do my Death Guard based on these bases now. So as I say, again, thumbs up from me for these bases from Micro Art Studio. I think they're going to look great across the models I'm planning. Have a look at the other ones they do, depending on what you're doing, whether it's a futuristic, like high tech, if it's wasteland, if it's scrapyards, if it's ruined chapels, whatever the army you're doing, whatever the era or the type of gaming you're doing, you'll probably find something that Micro Art do that will suit. So, as I say, check out Micro Art Studio, links are all below. Check out our Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. What I'll do is I'll put some pictures of the bases, both my little painted test piece and the bases that they like on those social medias. And obviously remember to give us a like, share and a subscribe, and we'll see you very soon for more from the Average Tabletop Gamers. Bye.